Example number 1. Graph f of x equal the integer of x. In some books, they use the two brackets. In our books, they use int represent for the integer. Definition of this is the greatest integer less than or equal to x. We recall the integers are 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3, 0.5, or 2 over 3 consider not the integer. Another, to make the graph, we need to have the table. For the domain, which is the set of all input, we can input anything. Definition greatest integer less than or equal to x is just for the range, the y, okay? So for the x, I will look at the 0, 0.5, 0.9, and then 1. So now let's look at the number line. And we have 0 right here. We have 1 right here. We have -1, -2, -3, and so on. So 0 is the integer. What are the integers that less than or equal to 0? We are looking for the output, and the output is the greatest integer less than or equal to 0. So first of all, let's look at the integer that less than 0 or -1, -2, -3, and equal to 0 is including the 0. They are the number that less than or equal to 0. The greatest amongst them is 0. So the answer is 0. Now, what if 1? What if x equal to 1? If x equal to 1, the integers that less than or equal to 1 are 1, 0, -1, -2, -3, and so on. Amongst those numbers, 1 is the highest, so the output is 1. Now, let's look at 0.5 for the input. If x equal to 0.5, 0.5 is right here. The integer that less than or equal to 0.5 is 0, -1, -2, -3. We do not include 0.5 because 0.5 is not the integer. So the numbers that we just said, 0, -1, -2, -3, the highest number is 0. Similarly, for 0.9, the integer that less than or equal to 0.9 is 0, -1, -2, -3, and so on. The integers greatest amongst those integers that we just say is 0. Now let's plug in the 4 points. 0, 0, 0.5, 0, 0.9, 0, and let's connect the 3 points, and 1, 1. So right here, we will have the open circle because at 1, we have the jump right there. So the graph is starting from 0 to 1, but the 1 we have the open circle. And then the closed circle at 1, 1. Similarly, you can continue to do the segment from 1 to 2. So let's make 1.9 and 2. The integers that less than 1.9 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, -1, -2, -3. So the number that we just say, 1 is the highest. So the answer is 1. The integer that less than or equal to 2 is 2. So we plug in those points, 1.9, 1, and 2, comma 2. So we have those connect points, and then at 2, comma 1, we have the open circle, so jump. You continue to do that, and you see that you will have the function, the graph of the functions look like